Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we are going to be doing franchise, joint joint ventures and cooperatives. These are other these are the next remaining legal structures in our chapter. We have already talked about the four main legal structures in the private sector. That were sole traders, partnerships, private limited companies and public limited companies. So now we are going to be talking about franchise, joint venture and cooperatives. These are not the same as those sole traders and all, because these are considered a separate part of that, a separate legal structure altogether. Like a franchise could be a private limited company or a public limited company. Cooperatives and joint venture are something different. Cooperatives is a very unique business structure, and joint venture is basically two businesses working together. So let's talk about each of them in detail. Now, franchise. Franchise is basically a business which uses the name, logo, or trademark of an existing successful organization for a certain fee. So, for example, McDonald's is there, Starbucks is there. Every these things, these which have a lot of branches, they all work under same name, the same logo, the same trademark, because that business is a successful business. So you have to pay a certain fee, and then you can use that business, the name, as an established supply network to start your own business. That is franchise. So because of you're using the established mark, you are using the name of an existing business, your chances of failure are minimized. So as you already have an established customer base, that overcomes some of the problems which new business generally have. New businesses face the problem of not having a customer base, and there's a lot of risk involved, but over here the risk is minimized. And national and international promotion is also available by the franchisor, the one who owns the business. A franchisor and franchisee are some terms you should be knowing. Franchisor is the one who owns the business, the main owner of the business, and franchisee is the one who obtains the permission of using the name of franchisor. So the one who purchases the franchise, that person is a franchisee. Now, now the one advantage of a franchise is that the franchisor, the one that he provides you with the license of using a franchise, they do the national and international promotion, so you don't have to pay for that. But local promotion you have to pay for yourself in order to in your local area, if needed, of course. And training and advice is also offered by the franchisor, so you don't have to worry about that. They train you for the shop layout, they advise you of the whole layout of the shop, training for the employees and all. Everything is given by the franchisor. In addition to that, franchisor also gives an assurance that no other franchise will be open in the nearby area, hence the location of the business is protected. So if, as you have seen, the branches of many franchises, McDonald's for example, they are all distributed, not in a you won't see two franchises in the same area. You will always see they are all in different areas scattered around. So because they give guarantee that no other franchise will be given, license would be open nearby. So there's a security of your location. However, the starting license fee is used. That's one of the drawbacks, that the starting fee, the license fee that they require is very large, so that is not too easy to obtain. And the suppliers can also not be changed. You have to use a established supplier network. That becomes a problem. You can't change the supplier. And the management should be very effective, because the name of another firm is being used. That's not your own firm. You are using the name of an existing successful business. So in order to protect their reputation, their brand image, you have to use effective management. Then joint venture. Joint venture is basically two businesses. When two or more maybe, they agree to pool resources for a specific task. For example, a specific project, that okay, we need to get so and so project, so and so customers for a certain project. Like, you can say, maybe a mobile phone, maybe a different type of mobile phone they want to launch. So one might be specialized in some parts of some components, the other business might be specialized in some other, and they both work together for a special new type of mobile phone. So that could be an example of joint venture. The advantages are that the strengths are shared, so there's minimized risk and increased opportunity for competitive advantage in business ventures. So if two competitive businesses work together, they both have an advantage over all the other businesses. and it is a popular way of entering new, emerging, and profitable markets. So if you are more if you are more into software parts, for example, and then you work with another business for a mobile phone, then you are actually entering a new market, and it might be more profitable. If that project becomes a success, then you might start making more products and gain more profit. It can also be used by large businesses to shut down competition. If there's certain competition, there's a lot of competition in your area, so you work together with another business, and you two businesses together take down all the competition that there is. Customer base is also widened because the customers of company A and company B both are both are likely to purchase the new product or service that both of them are working together for. For example, the new mobile phone that it can also be used by small businesses to minimize risk and benefit from economies of scale. Economies of scale are like reduction in unit cost by an increase in scale of operations. So basically, what does that mean is that if you are as the scale of operations increase, there are more businesses. The business size has increased because there's not one but two business. So you're probably going to buy more raw materials. So because of that, you can buy all of them, a large amount of them at one time. So as you are purchasing more raw materials at one time, you can avail discounts, and that is called economies of scale, of financial economies of scale, you can say, by bulk purchasing. And then there's also an economies of scale by the marketing, research and development costs. All of these costs are also shared by both businesses. However, there could be conflicts as well. If both businesses are not willing to work together, if one firm blames another one for the failure of project, that becomes a problem. Or if both firms do not blend well with each other's management and working culture. For example, if one business has a different democratic leadership style and the other one has autocratic leadership style, then that becomes an issue. Finally, we have cooperatives. Cooperatives are joint ownership organization. These are a distinctive type of business organization, often a significant amount of democratic control and profits shared in proportion to members' investment. So you can think of it as a business, not a normal business, but similar to joint organization, you can say a business where multiple people come together for a common purpose. So they all get a equal share in the business. So there's a voting for to decide for decision making. There's a voting, so there's a democratic control. The control does not lie in one particular person. There's a equal control. So as there are a lot of people, they come together for a common purpose. So this is generally common in agriculture, where people, the farmers, they come together, they make a cooperative to sell that to a particular market, and hence avail more a higher price for their product. They get a more increased marketing power. They also buy in bulk. They buy seeds in bulk, that also reduces cost, and lots of other things. So let's talk about that. Producer cooperatives are common in agriculture, as I just said, in developing countries mostly. All members are involved in decision making and have the opportunity to direct and control the business, because each member gets one vote in the meeting. So there's a lot of democratic control. Bulk buying can take place, which reduces unit cost, as I said earlier. There's increased marketing power due to joint advertising. All of those people work together for the advertisement, so that increases the marketing power. Producers protected from being each of the person that are part of the cooperative. Each of them is being protected from being exploited by large buyers, because they are all selling together. So collective selling takes place to get a better price for the products. However, decision making is slow because each member has to give a vote, so that becomes an issue. And conflicts of also arise when there's a lot of democracy. Some people might want that, some people disagree with each other, so that becomes a lot common issue. And poor management is all there's also poor management, a very poor management, unless professional managers are employed. Because one person say each member gets one vote, and they all get a say on how businesses run. So the poor complete democracy can sometimes be often not too good. So you need some management, some sort of good management, to work over the cooperatives. So that's all about that. Generally in our syllabus we don't see much questions about that. These are all the info that is provided by the CIE syllabus, so that should be enough. Same goes for this joint venture. Franchise is, however, a very common question. it comes a lot. So it generally questions like this come that what how does buying a franchise reduces the risk that new businesses generally have. So that's about that they already have an established supplier base, established supplier network, established customer base, national promotion is being done, and training and advice is also offered by franchisor. Points like that. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.